What's going on, guys? I got a question for you right off the bat. When you guys wake up in the morning, do you fiend caffeine? And I'm talking mainly coffee. Do you go straight to your Keurig and pour a hot cup of coffee? Or do you get dressed and go straight to the nearest Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, or whatever coffee shop is near you? I feel you guys, it's a daily routine and it just gets your day going, right? But what's that one problem if you get hot coffee? It starts off hot and you have to wait for it to go from hot to warm. Now that it's warm, you gotta drink it fast enough before it gets cold, because now that it's in that cold state, it's gross and you don't want it anymore. What if I told you there's a solution to this? Something that can keep your drink at the perfect temperature for as long as you want so you can actually enjoy what you're drinking. Today we got the Ember temperature control mug, and there's a lot of information on this one. So if you guys are interested, you're coffee drinkers, tea drinkers, or whatever hot drink you like, this might be the one for you. Maybe it won't. Stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, Vibe Nick Reviews. It's me, Nick Desjardins, and I hope you guys are doing well, staying positive, watching this video today. If you guys like what you see, feel free to hit that subscribe and like button. And in the comment section below, let me know what kind of products you guys want to see so I can connect with you a little better. Thanks guys, I appreciate it. Now let's jump into the Ember temperature control mug. Alright guys, so right off the bat, we have our 14-ounce stainless steel mug. So you have a choice of the 10-ounce mug or the 14-ounce. And today we have the 14-ounce, but why would you want the 10 over the 14, or why would you want the 14 over the 10? The 10 ounce is $100 and the 14 ounce is $130, so there's a $30 gap right there. Obviously the 10 ounce can fit less liquid and the 14 ounce fits more, so if you're a bigger coffee drinker, go for the 14 if you can, and if you drink small portions of whatever you're having at a time, you can go for the 10 ounce. So it's really based on who you are as a person. I can't really choose that for you, but the 10 ounce does the exact same thing as the 14. Alright guys, so flipping it over is a power button, but this thing is touch sensitive, so when you touch it, pick it up, it'll turn on. Or if you put liquid into it, it will recognize it and turn on too. And just like in the last video with the JBL Pulse 4, you had Bluetooth you had to connect to, and there was an app you needed to download to do a lot more cool stuff. And the same thing goes on with this mug. So to turn on your Bluetooth, you just hold it for a couple seconds, and on the side, a blue light will turn on. Just make sure the Bluetooth on your phone is turned on, and then you're gonna get an Ember app, which we will talk about in just a second. But first, let's dive into the disc/base that the mug sits on. So we got the disc right here, and in the middle is a small little ridge that dips down, and that's where the mug sits on. You'll have a charger that plugs into the side and then of course into your wall, and you can charge it for about 2 hours until the green light turns on. And at the bottom you have this circle pad, so when it's sitting on your desk, it's not going to move around, it will stay in one place. So let's jump into the app and see all the cool things you can do. So what you're going to do is go into the App Store and get the Ember app, and once you get it, once it's downloaded, you open it up and you're going to see a gray screen that reads empty in the middle, and what that means is there's no liquid in your mug. Below it is 135 degrees, and that is the preferred temperature that Ember recommends to make your coffee, tea, or whatever hot drink you have the perfect temperature. So in the top right corner it says settings, and in settings the first thing is personalize, and when you click on personalize there's a color wheel. The color wheel is to change your LED light, so if your favorite color is green, you can put it as green, and anytime you pick up your mug or put liquid into it, it will turn green. Right below it is your brightness, so if you don't want your LED light on your mug to be that bright, you can put it all the way down, but I prefer it all the way up just to make it look cooler. Right below it is your battery level, so if you haven't been charging your mug in a while, I would check this every once in a while, because if it's almost on dead, this thing's gonna die, and if you really need it warm on a certain day, it's not gonna happen. And right below that is your temperature unit, so wherever you are in the world, if you do Fahrenheit or Celsius, you can choose that mode. And right below it again is your notifications, so if you want notifications from this app, you can turn it on, but most people don't, so you don't have to. And lastly, in the settings mode, if you look at the bottom, there's new available updates every once in a while, so if you want to keep up to date with this app, always check in here and there. So let's say you have 2 or 3 of these mugs and you go into the app. All you gotta do is swipe up to the top and you will see select the device you want to control. So whatever mug is yours or whatever one you want to use, click on it and it will pair immediately. And at the bottom of that, it says pair new device. So let's say you get a new mug, you can pair the next one. So scrolling down at the bottom, you have a bunch of things, starting with presets. You can do lattes, cappuccinos, coffees, black teas, green teas, and many more. You can set all these drinks to different temperatures. So anytime you have that, you hit the preset and it starts warming it up to whatever temperature you set it to. Then right below that, you have a tea timer. So you have green teas, black teas, herbal teas, and they all have different times on them. So when when the timer goes off, you know that that tea is ready. So right below that is recipes. It gives you 5 of them. They are lemon, honey, ginger, beet latte, cinnamon matcha latte, golden milk, chai spiced white hot chocolate. And when you click on them, it gives you the ingredients and how to make each of them. So I talked about the mug, the plate, and a lot about the app, but there's some downfalls to this. First thing is the price, okay? The 14 ounce is $130, and I think that's a little expensive for a mug. It's a great product, it's awesome, but I wish it was a little bit cheaper than what it is. Also, let's say your coffee is cold and you wanna warm it back up. When you turn it on, it's gonna start off around 80 degrees and it takes a while just to get to 100. Once it hits 100, the screen on your app turns orange and then it'll go all the way up to 135 very slowly and gradually. Let's say it goes from 100 to 110. It'll drop back down to 107, then it'll go to 111, down to 109, and it just takes a while. Also guys, be careful of spilling. If the power button gets wet, it can damage it and ruin the whole experience of this mug. So that's one thing you should take into consideration before buying this, because if you're someone who spills things a lot, you might not want this. And lastly, this is definitely not for people who like to travel around and always moving. It's for people who are at their office desk and just hanging out, so they can let it heat up and take its time. There's also an Ember travel mug, so if you're somebody who's always on the go, that might be the one for you, so definitely take a look into that. The Bluetooth connection is okay. If you bring your phone away from the mug, it could sometimes get interrupted and disconnect, but for the most part, it's pretty good. Just try to stay fairly close. So when your mug is dying, it turns red. When it is pairing for Bluetooth, it turns blue, and when it is fully charged, it will be green. When hot liquid pours into it, it will blink white, and the LED light will be white while it's building its way up to the preferred temperature. Alright guys, so we talked about the mug, we talked about the disc, and we talked about everything that goes on inside the app. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments section, and feel free to hit that subscribe and like button below. We got new videos every single week, so I'll see you guys next Thursday. Have a good one. Peace out.